So today's video is sponsored by the company Minimal Case. Now, I've always been curious to why people go out and buy the latest, greatest, sleek looking design phones only to cover them up with those huge, bulky cases. So that's where the company Minimal Case comes in. Now, they offer cases for the newest phones while keeping the phone looking the way it was intended to look. Now, my personal favorite is the transparent case, which basically looks like you don't have a case at all, and that's the one that I have on my Pixel 4 XL. But they also offer colors in frosted white, frosted black, and matte black. So there's no flashy colors. They try to keep it simple, which is the overall idea behind their cases. Now, if you go to their site and use the code Gamesky, you can save 25% off. I'm also going to put a link in the description that if you use that, it will automatically apply the discount when you go to check out. But I'd like to thank Minimal Case for sponsoring today's video. Alright guys, so today's video is going to be a little more laid back. This isn't like full-on reviews of these products, but I wanted to talk about these 3 Bluetooth speakers slash wearables that I think are very interesting, and especially considering the holidays are coming up and just that there's so many Bluetooth speaker options, it's hard to know which ones might be interesting, that I thought it would be a good idea to kind of just focus in on 3 just to tell you guys about. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because of the options. I mean, I get sent Bluetooth speakers all the time that just don't sound good. There's nothing unique about them. There's nothing that just makes them stand out. So for the most part, I just kind of put them to the side and we move on. But the 3 devices I'm gonna look at today offer something unique or is just a really good value considering the price. But let's go ahead and start with the Orieolow M110. Now, this is a wearable neckband speaker. It's very similar to what Bose offers, that's $300, JBL offers, that's $150, and even Sony has one that I think is over 200 bucks. But this device here is $69.99 and right now has like 10% off. So you can get this for $63 or $64. And it is so comparable to those models that it's crazy. First off, the thing I really like about this is the silicone material that it's built from. I mean, it's flexible, you can throw it on your neck, you can move around. It doesn't feel stiff like some of the other models do, and because of the silicone material, it's kind of easy to just forget that it's sitting there. It's not heavy. I mean, it does look ridiculous. I don't recommend just like going out in public and using this like this, but you can. Now, the interesting thing about this is it gets 24 hours of battery life. It is IPX5 water resistant, so if you are somebody that likes to run or anything like that, you can do that with this. And even better than that, it has a micro SD slot, so you can just load up some music on a micro SD card, slap it in here, and you don't even have to take your phone with you. You can just listen to music straight from the device, straight from a memory card. This has button controls that control everything. So you can walk around your house, play, pause, skip, volume control, and even talk to your smart assistant without even realizing that you have this thing on. Now, what I really like about this is I can just do things like I normally do and still hear the environment around me, while actually just walking around seeming like you have your own surround sound system with you. Because the sound out of this is very clear, it's very open, which obviously it is, because you're not having this closed headphone or earbud experience. I mean, this is blending in with your outside environment. It gets extremely loud, and what makes this really great is the bass from this one sounds better than the bass from the more expensive models. It even has like a slight vibration that you can kind of feel right along your collarbone. And so it just gives you like this bass sensation mixed with some really clear sound that for around $63 is actually just nice to be able to use. And so the next speaker I want to talk about, first off, it is very interesting looking. This is the Jamesnicky dual magnetic speaker, and the magnetic part is actually magnets on the back of these. So although you can use this as like a 360-degree speaker, it's a $33 speaker. You could take the silicone off. It now looks like this really cool ball that you can now take apart. And then these magnets you can stick pretty much anywhere that's magnetized. So like if you're in the kitchen, you can stick one onto the refrigerator. And then on the other side of the kitchen, you can stick it onto like the stove or something like that. And then you're getting a stereo sound effect that's able to fill a large room for a device that's 33 bucks. Now, it uses 2 full range speakers. They're not the most bass heavy speakers, but there is so much clarity coming out of these. It's just a very nice detail oriented sound. So don't expect like thundering bass from these two little speakers, but it does still have plenty of kick. The other surprising thing about this is how loud it gets. Now it is single button controls, so you still have to go to your device to really control everything. This for the most part is just controlling play and pause. So that right there is kind of a letdown. But for $33, the functionality of just slapping two speakers on two different sides of the room, or even if I'm at my desk, I can put one on one side and one on the other, and you're just getting that stereo effect. And I just think for $33, it's a unique device. And so the last speaker I want to tell you guys about really does just look like your normal speaker. And it looks so much like a normal speaker that it's a clone of the Bose SoundLink 2. Which, if you guys remember, is one of their higher end Bluetooth speakers that they offered. That was usually around $200. Now this speaker, which is the Wonderful Voice Perfect Share Mini 2, which is a very long name, only comes in at $86. And right now on Amazon, I think it's a $7 off coupon. So you're under $80 for what Bose charges $200 for. So in this speaker, what you're getting is dual drivers, but you're also getting a bass radiator. And you're getting an effect of feeling bass, because this thing has a lot of bass mixed with some very clear sound. Now it also has a 3D button option at the top, which really is adding a little bit of reverb. So it's giving you the feeling that you're in more of a larger open room, or at least making you feel that the sound is spreading out a lot more. So it really does cover a full range in a pretty small speaker. Although it's not like a name brand, a lot of people know. And again, that's usually what I try to cover, because there's a lot of people that are going to cover the more known name brands. But I think there's some hidden gems every now and then that you guys should know about. Just like with this speaker, you can throw a micro SD card in this one, so you don't actually have to connect it to your phone, and then you can just use it out and about. It even has a 3.5mm input, so you can plug your Switch or anything that uses a headphone cable into here, and then just output through the speaker. This also has NFC pairing, so it makes it really easy to pair to your devices that have NFC. But it's a well-built speaker. Like I said, for under 80 bucks, I think the Wonderful Voice Perfect Share Mini 2 is a really good option, especially if you're looking at more expensive models. But guys, that's my video, just to kind of share 3 different types of speakers or wearables that I think you guys should be aware of. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.